For a student considering a career in music, would you say that's your advice for them as well, the speed bump? What would be your advice?
Oh yeah, so a career in music is a tricky one. So I remember work experience. So for my work experience in year 12, which is my final year of high school, I went to the army band. So it's a full-time job, paid position, playing in a concert band. I thought it was a dream come true, couldn't be better. And I went for a week, and the advice of a lot of the people there was, a bit harsh, if you like music, maybe this job is not the right job for you. And I think their feedback was because when you're in these kind of ensembles that exist, like an army band or an orchestra or any kind of bigger ensemble, choir, big choir, you don't get much say. So you don't get to say what songs you play, you don't get to say what conductor you work with, you don't get to say, what hours you're going to work. You don't get sort of much influence over a lot of the musical decisions, and lots of musicians like that. So that was their feedback to me. It was like, if you like this, maybe don't do this job. And I thought, that's really interesting. But what I would say is there's so many paths now into music, and lots of them, there's so many people that make music at home on their laptops. They build like EDM tracks, or they record at home, or they play music with their pals, or they study music and then go into a different field and they just sort of take that with them. There's lots of medical students who are also musicians. It's really, there's no end, is what I would say. So if you're interested in music and you want to pursue it in whatever form, whether that's higher study or just carrying on with listening to it or carrying on with making it, all of these are good choices. For me, I did a music degree. I really wanted to be a teacher, so I did a music degree and an education degree at the start. I used to teach percussion, so like our Perry teachers here, that was my first job. I was trained for teaching classroom primary and secondary. I've spent quite a long time teaching primary music, quite a long time teaching secondary music, quite a long time working in an orchestra. It's always been sort of music related. And they've all had their own charm, I think there is a lot of job mobility now, and what you study is not for life anymore. It's the thing you're interested in that you'd like to pursue, and then you may change your mind or change tack down the path, and nothing that you've done before is a waste. It's not lost. It's still a part of who you are. So my advice would be, if you're really interested, go for it. There's a lot of opportunity. But even if it's not higher study, if it's some other form of being engaged with music, that's awesome as well.